Joining us now is our legal analyst, University of Toledo constitutional law professor Rebecca Zitlow. And Professor, we should point out Ohio is still counting votes and will accept them and count them until November 13th, provided they were postmarked by November 2nd. Could Ohio be used as an example on how it's okay and legal to count votes after Election Day should this go to the Supreme Court?
Well, absolutely. It's very standard for votes to be counted after Election Day, if they're received by Election Day. And remember that all of these states, that's what we're talking about, votes that have been received by Election Day. In fact, there's really no legal basis for trying to stop the count of votes that have been received by Election Day. And as the report mentioned, these lawsuits are very small issues and not the kind of issues that would make it to the Supreme Court because they're all based on state law and not on federal law.
Now, with the president falsely claiming that he won, if you count the legal votes, as he put it, are we on the precipice of a constitutional crisis? And what would that look like? Are there any guardrails in place for that? It looks like we are on the precipice of Biden winning the election, and what it looks like is this litigation strategy is really part of a political strategy to try to undermine that victory. Without any basis at all, they've argued that the president has argued that there's fraud. They haven't been able to present any evidence of that at all in the courts, which is why they keep losing these cases. I wouldn't call it a Well, I mean, I guess we're going to have to see what happens. I really don't know. We don't have a precedent for a president just refusing to accept the results of the election. And I certainly hope that's not what will happen, although it seems to be what President Trump is telegraphing right now. I hope that's not what actually happens once the results are in and the election is called. How can he use legal challenges for political gain? What would that do? Would that delay the vote, potentially putting any kind of a legal question before the electors meet to verify the vote?
Well, one of the things that's happening is, some of these legal challenges is delaying the counting of the vote. So they had to stop counting in Pennsylvania for a few hours yesterday because of the lawsuit being filed. And it's taking so long to count votes in Pennsylvania because the legislature there refused to authorize the counting of votes before the starting of counting of votes before Election Day. Because of the pandemic, because of COVID, we have this record number of early votes that are taking longer to count. I guess what I'm saying is, when I say it's like political, I think the political strategy is to draw this into question, the counting of the votes into question. Gotcha. That's what I mean by that.
All right. Well, we always count on your insight and intelligence to help us understand what's going on. University of Toledo constitutional law professor and our legal analyst, Rebecca Zitlow. Thanks for being with us tonight.
And of course,